Hey everybody, I just want to go over a really cool post I saw by citizens of Lorcana. I'll try and keep this short, even though it's hard. There's like 13 threads to it. They posted different polls that were given on Twitter. I just want to kind of weigh in with my opinion and then also see what other people think, like why they voted, like a little bit more information. Some of these I'll just read all the information, some I'll just kind of skim over. But there was a poll: how many cards would you like to see in the first chapter? And citizens of Lorcana uh, thought that it would be 240 to 300, and later they say that a lot of people commented seeing it would be 180 or less. So for me, I'm in the 300 to 360. I think this is going to be a massive, massive set. And kind of um, one idea is we know that there's six colors, and we know that there's potentially um, nine different like mana cost areas based off the cards we've seen, because we've seen a one, two, three, five, a six, an eight, and a nine. So you can assume that there's one through nine at least different costs. So that with the different colors makes like 54 slots. And if you put one, two, three, four, like how many cards are in each slot? So if you're building a Ruby deck, do you only have one like uh, one drop as an option, or do you have two one drops as an option, or three? And that could be for any kind of card like character, ally, spell, like um, how many are in there. So if you have three cards in each slot for each color, it's like 162. So when you're building a deck and you want to fill the one drop slot, if you're mixing colors, uh, you'll have like six options. I feel like for the first part of the game, if you don't have a lot of options, all the decks are going to be similar. Like every Stitch deck is going to be the same because I only have like six different choices of one drops and six different choices of two drops, and like how many of those are characters, spells, quests, locations. So I think it's going to be a lot more. If it was five, I have my little spreadsheet here, it'd be 270 cards. So if you have five options per color per mana slot, there'd be 270. And that's not including like if the inks have a card represented, if there's locations, things like that. So I feel like climbing over 300 is really easy to have like a lot of options in deck building um, in the game. So that's kind of what I'm basing it off of. To get under 180, yeah, that's three options per slot, and that means there's would be no zeros, no 10 plus, 10 or 10 plus. So I think getting past 180 into the 270 areas going to be really easy. Um, the next one, there's some chatter on Discord, and they wanted our take. Do you like seeing a foil in every TCG pack, or does that make foil feel less valuable? How do you want Lorcana to handle foils? I don't think I voted on this one, but I want a foil in every pack, especially if it's a big set. Um, like I open a lot of Flesh and Blood, and there's a ton of foils. If I open like three cases, I'm still missing a ton of foils, even with a foil in every pack. Like Majestics per box, it's like one or two foil Majestics per box, and a set has 10 plus Majestics. So, like, if they made like one foil in every four packs or five or six, that's just too few for me, especially um as as a player, like you still want to have shiny cards in your deck, even if you don't collect. It's cool having like, oh, this one's foil. If you have a deck and there's like two foils in it, even though it doesn't matter for players, I think it's you still want some shiny stuff. So for me, I hope there's a foil in every pack. Someone said there was an argument and agree that there shouldn't be foil exclusive cards. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but like in Dragon Ball Z, there were ultra rares that were only foil. Um, so like where there's life, there's hope. They only had a foil version. There wasn't a non-foil version. I like that. I like when um, there's only a foil of like a certain really rare card. Um, let's look at if Lorcana were mostly unavailable at launch, either due to underprinting or higher than expected demand. would that affect your decision to get into the game? I think if they said combining yes and depends was 53%. If you combined no and depends, it was 75%. For me, I almost just want to like, I know like it's most people aren't gonna watch a lot of the content out there. They're just waiting for the game to come out, or not even waiting for it to come out. The game's just gonna come out and they'll go buy some. I think it's guaranteed there will be a shortage of product, especially like where I live. Like uh, stuff just goes off the shelves. Like I can't go to like Walmart or Target and buy cards usually because either it's too crazy and they don't do cards anymore, or it's like always sold out. So this once people find out about this game, it's been out for a couple weeks. It's not going to be on shelves for long. It's going to be hard to get. Boxes are going to go from retail to retail plus 20% really, really fast. Um, I think they're going to have to print three three print runs to catch up. That's kind of my thought. There'll be the initial wave that just flies off the shelf. Wave two is gonna fly off the shelf. Wave three is gonna sit for a little while, so like kids at Walmart can get some packs. But it's going to be crazy, and they can't predict it because um like these polls, like we have 56 people saw this, or wait, 564 votes, 503 people saw it. That's like you know not a lot of people compared to how many people like play TCGs. So this is the hardest thing to know. But yeah, just warning, it's going to be hard to get a hold of at first. So all the people who said yes or it depends, I think I just prepare for some drought of Lorcana cards. Um, what are what are your thoughts on set rotation? So rotating sets out eternal format, or why not both? I think I voted why not both on this. My main thought is when sets are rotating out, it's like really confusing. I remember like back in the day, I'd go to the store and just want to like get a couple magic packs, and then like you have to ask someone what's playable, or like you know I mean, now I guess you can look it up online, but like for like little kids, if you get a bunch of cards and then go to the card shop and someone's like, oh, that deck's not really legal, you can still play it, but you can't play it in the tournament, like you can just play it for fun, like that's confusing. And they want this to be easy for people to play and for lots of newcomers to be able to get into it. If you're like just confused on set rotations and what's legal and like kind of all these things, it really kills the fun of playing the games. That's one reason like I never really got serious into Magic, because of set rotations, and like so many sets were coming out. It was really expensive, and just keeping track of it wasn't very fun. Like I played Dragon Ball Z for a long time, and I think you could just, other than like errata to certain cards, like getting banned and things like that, you could always go to the store, buy any pack, and throw it in your deck. You didn't have to worry about that. If you have to worry about that with this, I think it could hurt it for new players. So hopefully, it's just like an internal format. I guess that's what I hope. Um, this one's really interesting to me. It's do you think Ravensburger is hiding pips on the Olaf or not? So there is a new Olaf card. It's a one cost. It's like a 1/3, and then there's room for pips to be hidden on the card. For me, based off of just balance and like running the numbers, if he has like pips on him, he will be um, overstated. Like everyone would want to run him because he's like kind of off balanced from what we see on the other cards. He has like too many stats. So he could be like super ultra rare. And then they want him to be overstated. Um, my other thought is we know it's like an ally subclass or whatever. They could make ally subclasses like that card doesn't stay on the table the whole game. Like it just hits the table for one turn. If they do something like that, then they can afford to make him overstated because the amount of time he's on the table is less, so you don't get the full effects of the stats. Like Captain Hook, he has a +2 to his attack, but on the stats I only give it a +1 because only half the time he can do it because he's attacking it's only when he's attacking, not defending. So two stats divided by half the time is one. So allies and henchmen theoretically could have that where they're overstated because they're not on the table that long or they don't impact the game for the full amount of turns or whatever. So it's possible. I would almost bet a box. I'd bet a box of Lorcana right now that there's no pips on it. That's just my thought. Um, do you approve of the way that Lorcana is being rolled out, or is it too slow, too fast, too vague, or anything else? I approve of it. It's like the first time I'm in on a game this early, just because my friends were asking me if I was at D23, and we just kind of got excited on the game just off of those initial like 6 or 7 cards. Like, wow, this looks good. Oh wow, I love Disney. Just like all of a sudden we're so excited. Um, like developing and balancing a game and printing and like kind of all these things take a lot of time. You know, I'm happy to be in on it this early instead of like, oh look, this game came out. It's really popular. Oh, I can't buy it at stores. Like, oh, I think that's what's going to happen to a lot of people. Most people, like at my local, don't know about Lorcana. It's not on a lot of people's radar. Like, so um, for them, the information's not going too fast or too slow. It's just like the content creators and like gamers that are just really hungry for it. It feels slow because our appetite is so ravenous for information. But I can definitely wait. I'm not getting salty about it. They can take their time. The game will be out eventually, and we won't get to have this kind of fun that we're having now. So um, I definitely can wait. I think that's the end. I'll read the last one. At the end of the day, Ravensburger has a plan for all of this, and we'll find out when we find out. Will knowing the rules in January instead of spring really impact my decision to buy in fall? No, no, it won't. Uh, I am here for this ride, and I hope everyone else can enjoy it as well. Yeah, I totally agree. Let's just have fun on the ride. I started. I'm like saving money already to buy stuff. I want to do a video about my kind of buying strategy. But yeah, I've kind of frozen all other collectible card buying like by 90%, just so I can save money for Lorcana because I want to make sure I get everything right away. Um, uh, Knowing like honestly, the stuff I'm working on, I need a lot more time anyway, so I don't mind that we're not going to know information. Like honestly, for me, um, I want more time before we know the rules because I have some like really cool things planned and graphics and everything. So more time for me is good just to work on stuff. So let me know what you think about the poll. Thanks, citizens of Lorcana, for always posting stuff quickly, getting this interesting information for us to talk about. Let me know what you think in the comments. Uh, Check out Citizens of Lorcana on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter yet, just make one, even if it's just for Lorcana junk. Um, it's really fun. There's lots of memes and like we're already building like a really cool community, and I can't wait for big events to just like meet everybody that we've been talking to for months already. It's going to be a lot of fun. So check it out on Twitter. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, we'll bug you later.